everyone. I'm honored to be here with you all today. My name is Michaela Reed, and I'm currently speaking with you from Windsor, Ontario. It's important to remember that Windsor is part of the traditional territory of the Three Fires Confederacy, comprised of the Ojibwe, Odawa, and Potawatomi people, as well as the Huron-Wendat people. Windsor also falls within Treaty 7 and Treaty 35 territory, as well as under the One Dish, One Spoon Wampum Agreement, made between the Anishinaabe and the Haudenosaunee people, which covers much of southwestern Ontario. This is an agreement centered around caring for and honoring the land and water, specifically the Great Lakes, and never taking more than what is needed. Windsor-Essex County has a vibrant First Nations, Métis, and Inuit community, which is championed by our local Friendship Center and remains ever-growing. In fact, Caldwell First Nation, whose ancestral lands are here in Windsor-Essex County, was recently granted a fragment of their land back to build a reserve in nearby Leamington. This land claim, being settled after 220 years, has served as a beacon of hope for so many in our community, and it shows us what reconciliation can and should look like. Both honoring and acknowledging treaties is an incredibly important part of Canada's journey toward reconciliation, and it is up to all of us, both here in Windsor and across Turtle Island, to take the time to learn about treaties in our area and what we can do to uphold them. It's time that we each acknowledge and reflect upon the fact that we are all treaty people who are only guests here on Indigenous land. Thank you and miigwech for having me here today, and I'll pass this on to Sabrina for the rest of our session together.
Awesome. Thank you, Michaela. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us. My name is Sabrina Ashkenab, and I am the Education Programs Assistant at the Gord Downey and Cheney Wenjack Fund, inspired by Cheney's story and Gord's call to build a better Canada. The Gord Downey and Cheney Wenjack Fund aims to build a cultural understanding and create a path towards reconciliation between Indigenous and non-Indigenous peoples. It's great to be here live on Facebook and YouTube for this special DWF Live Storytime with Métis Santa. Did you know by joining with us here today, you are taking a reconciliation? A reconciliation is a meaningful step towards reconciliation, and that moves reconciliation forward. So anytime you're learning about Canada's true history and the experience of the Indigenous peoples, or learning about the great things Indigenous peoples have contributed to this country and building relationships with Indigenous peoples, those are all reconciliations. So thank you for taking a reconciliation with us here today. We have lots of people joining us all across Turtle Island today, and we want to make sure we answer as many of your questions as possible. If you have any questions or comments for Métis Santa, please put them in the chat or on Facebook and YouTube, and he will get to as many as he can. So without further delay, I'd like to introduce to you Métis Santa. Métis Santa is a lot like Santa you might have heard of, but instead of a belt, gloves, and boots, Métis Santa wears a sash, mittens, and moccasins. Today, he will read a story called Métis Christmas Mittens. It was written and illustrated by Leah Marie Dorian and translated into Michif, the Métis language, by Norman Fleury. So without further ado, welcome Métis Santa.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. How are you? Yes, it's getting pretty close to that magic day. 4 more sleeps. And there will be Santa coming down the chimney. Okay, so I'm about to read a little story for you, as was introduced to you. It's a story called The Métis Christmas Mittens. So my family has a Christmas mitten tradition. On cold winter days, Métis Christmas mittens were made to warm the hands and the heart. And so here is one of my mittens. Okay? When snow greets the land, Métis families begin to make their special Métis Christmas mittens by hand. mittens are joyfully worn by every child and adult. And here's a little sketch of a family. Métis mittens have been made everywhere across the homeland, from the Red River to the Peace River country. And there you have a sketch of a dog team going across the land. Métis Christmas mittens are made to show we care and to tell others that they belong. Old brown paper mitten patterns made by Grandma's own design are folded and put into a tin can. So Grandma would make these patterns and then store them until she's ready to use them. Some Métis mittens are scented with smoked tan moose hide. Others were trimmed with beautiful soft beaver fur to calm and comfort the worried mind. So my mittens are both. This is the beaver fur, and over here we have the beads and the moose hide, and these are the fringes on there, just to decorate it a little bit. Other Métis Christmas mittens are made from recycled pieces of cloth. This is a reminder to reuse and recycle everything we have and to treat everything with respect. So my moccasins are made with recycled canvas up on the top, and then moose hide on the bottom. In every stitch, a prayer is made to bring blessings from our caring Creator to the person that is being gifted. Métis Christmas mittens are sewn together by hand using a sharp needle and the strong sinew for a thread. And the sinew comes from the animals that we harvest. Many are decorated with beautiful flower beadwork, ribbons, and fine embroidery stitches. There are so many different kinds of Métis Christmas mittens. So here in the sketch, you see a design here, and then over here, some more designs. And in mine, you see the beautiful beadwork that was done here. See? Pom-poms, tassels, and fringes are sometimes added for decoration on our Métis Christmas mittens. So here we have fringes on my mittens, all the way around and around the front and the back. See? It was an old Métis tradition to place a small beaded heart on the back of the thumb for good luck and to show the love from the maker. So here in this sketch, she has the heart on the thumb. Okay. A touch of beadwork reminds us to live every day connected to our heart. There are all kinds of Métis mittens, but no two pairs are exactly the same. Métis people make mittens to give away, so they're not the same because they're all handmade. A mitten is rarely lost by traveling dog team drivers. Often mushers' mittens are held together by a brightly braided cord which runs through their sleeves so they can dangle out the jacket arms. So on my mittens, you'll see where we have a tag here, and that's where we would attach a ribbon or a cord or moose hide, and then it would go up your sleeves. So that way we don't lose our mittens. Métis mittens are placed in the mitten box right beside the door, and they're given away to traveling friends, relatives, and strangers visiting from afar. So see in this sketch here, you have the mittens stored there beside the door, and the person gifting them to someone. Christmas is always treasure time to give someone in your circle a homemade pair of Métis Christmas mittens. So you see the love. And here we have some different patterns and designs for mittens. And at the back here, we have some pictures of different mittens from across the land. So here you have lots of ribbons across the top. Here's a nice beadwork. Some more beadwork here on a pair of mittens. I have a pair of mittens like this, and another pair over here, and another over here. Okay. And that is the end of the Métis Christmas mittens story. Thank you.
I really love that story. Thank you for sharing. I just ask that the classrooms in the back end, please turn on your camera so we can bring you on to ask Métis Santa some questions. But we will start with Greenwood Elementary.
Hello.
Hello, Greenwood.
Say hi, everyone. Hi. So you have to look this way to say hello. There we go. Who has a question? Let's hear from Georgia.
Where are you right now, Santa?
So the question is, where are you right now?
Oh, I am in the Treaty 6 territory, just north of Edmonton, and the homeland of the Métis Nation of Alberta.
Amazing. And a question from Abby.
Hello, Abby.
Sorry?
Where did you get your mittens?
Abby is asking where you got your mittens from.
These mittens came from some people up in northern Quebec in the James Bay Cree area.
Wow. And a question from Marina.
How did you become Métis Santa?
Oh, Marina's asking, how did you become Métis Santa?
Well, somebody asked me to help with celebrating Christmas, and so I became a Métis Santa by volunteering.
Wonderful. And Ash.
Hi. That's it.
Oh, Ash was just really excited to wave hi. Callan.
Are you the real Santa?
Santa is real in everybody's heart.
Absolutely. We were also wondering during the story, how long does it take to make a pair of Métis Christmas mittens?
A pair of mittens would take anywhere from about 3 days to maybe a week, depending on how fancy they want to do and what the design is going to be on the back. Like these beads are all put on one at a time, and so it takes a long time to get that design together. And then you have to stitch all the way around through here and around the edge, across here. Then you have to sew on the fur at the back. So it takes a while.
That's amazing. Imagine sticking with something for that long, friends. And Sawyer.
Do you have to use like knit it on like the fur thing?
Oh, do they always have fur?
Not always, no. Some do, some don't. It would depend if the person making the mittens has the fur available.
Mm-hmm. That was a good question, Sawyer. And Madden, what is your question? Oh, Madden is wondering if you know if he's been naughty or nice.
Oh, I got your name on the list there, Maddie. Yep. Yep. So let's see. Well, you've been nice lately. Yep.
A few blips here and there, right?
Yeah. Sometimes he kind of goes down the list and then he moves back up the list.
Oh, there you go. Barrett. Oh, if you come this way, you can even see on the screen. There you are, friend. Ah, there's Barrett.
Do Santas make you Santa? Do you do Christmas for yourself too?
What was the question?
Do you make presents for yourself too?
Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do.
That's a good question. Where does Santa get his presents? Makes them for
Yeah.
himself.
Sometimes I make myself a mitten.
Oh my goodness. How much time do we have on screen?
We can always come back to you as well.
Great. We'll move on, friends, and let's hear some other questions. And we'll streamline and then come back.
Sounds good.
Thank
you,
you.
Greenwood Elementary. So I'm just going to pull up some questions here from the chat. Olivia asks, does Métis Santa go home to home like other Santas?
Yes, Métis Santa goes home to home, just like other Santas. Yes.
And Paige asks, can you fit through the chimney?
Ho, ho, ho. I tell you, I can get down the chimney just like this.
And Kai asks, did you make your suit?
No, I did not make my suit. It was a gift. Thank you.
And do you give mittens when you go home to home?
Yes, I do give mittens when I go home to home.
No.
Thank you.
Also, I have a question. How long have you had your mittens for?
These mittens I've had for probably about 12 years.
12 years.
Yes.
That's a long time.
Yes.
And also, because they're all from the same school, I'm assuming. Farah asks, do you eat cookies and milk?
I do eat cookies and milk. I love cookies and milk.
All right. So I think, actually, Avery asks, what is your favorite cookie?
My favorite cookie is oatmeal cookies.
Oatmeal. A lot of people don't like oatmeal cookies.
Ah,
They're my favorite. Oatmeal raisin, for sure.
yeah. Oatmeal raisin, oatmeal chocolate chip.
Yeah.
Oatmeal.
Evan asks, what other things are special to Métis Santa?
My family are special. I love my family and all my grandchildren, and I really like meeting other people. I like to help out in the community when I can, and I think it's also important to be kind to Mother Nature and our environment.
So I'm just looking through. So Hoyer Elementary School would like a shout out.
Hey, Merry Christmas!
And we're actually going to go to Spruce Home.
Hello.
So the grade 3 and grade 4 class.
Hi, Santa.
Hello, Métis Santa.
Hello, grade 4s.
You're awesome. You're awesome.
Thank you, thank you.
Ho, ho, ho.
Okay.
Ho, ho, ho is right.
Does,
I love you. I love you.
does anybody have any questions? Jace, what's your first question?
Am I on the naughty list?
Yeah, you're coming back up again. You've been pretty good the last little while, so you're back up on the good list.
Thank you, Jace. Oliver, do you have a question?
How many elves do you have?
How many elves?
Yeah.
Well, it depends. Depends on how many presents we have to make and to wrap up and load up on the sleigh. So sometimes we have maybe 1,000, and sometimes we have maybe 2,000, and sometimes we just have 4 or 5.
Well, Métis Santa, we have lots of amazing helpers here. If you ever have any sick calls, you could probably give us a shout and they'd be willing to help you out.
Yes, I will keep that in mind. I'll put your number down here on my book.
Mr. Marcus, do you have a question?
Are you and Santa related?
We are, yes. Santa is my direct cousin.
Oh, let's go!
Oh, whoa.
Santa!
Casey, do you have a question? Métis Santa, how many grandchildren do you have?
I have 6.
6 grandchildren. Thank you. Kaylee, what's your question?
Do you like the Edmonton Oilers?
I do like the Edmonton Oilers. Did you watch our hockey game the other night?
We did.
Look!
We'll get them tonight.
Look at my jersey!
Olivia, what's your question?
Am I on the naughty list?
Is Olivia on the naughty list?
Just let me see here.
You can't walk in front of the camera.
No, you're not on you're on the good list.
Yay!
Good job, Olivia.
Ohio.
Jalen, what's your question?
How old are you?
I am Santa is 80 years old.
80. So a young Santa.
Yes.
Santas are like.
Go ahead, Brooke. Go ahead, Brooke.
How old are your elves?
How old are your elves, Santa?
My elves are all kinds of ages. That some of them are 6 years old, some are 5 years old, some are 12 years old, some are 40 years old.
Okay, Métis Santa, I think we're going to let another school have a turn now, okay?
Okay. Nice
Say
talking
goodbye,
with you.
Chris.
Bye.
I just love all the questions that everyone is asking. They're so cute. All right, so there's this question from Lord Lansdowne Public School. What day do the Métis celebrate Christmas on?
Métis celebrate Christmas on the same day as everybody else, on December 25th.
Yeah. And another question from the same school. What pattern do you have on your sash? Does it represent anything?
The pattern on my sash, it doesn't really represent anything in particular. Different regions and different families have used different colors and designs, but the overall design of a sash is to indicate how we come together, and there is strength when we come together. As if you have one thread breaks very easy, but if you have a bunch of threads together, look how strong it is. So as families and Métis families like to stick together, and that's what gives them their strength.
Awesome. So Suzette asks, what is the traditional Métis Christmas greeting?
Well, it depends what families have available to them. Okay? Some of them have turkey and mashed potatoes and stuffing and vegetables and Christmas pudding. And some will have a ham. Some will have a moose. Some will have an elk roast. Some might have a beaver, So, all depends what you have available to you.
Very true.
The most important part is everybody coming together to celebrate and have fun.
Mhm. That's for sure. So we're actually going to go to PPCS, the grade 3 class.
Hello, grade 3s.
Okay, they had a question.
Me?
Okay, Sam.
Oh,
We were in front of the camera. Asking questions.
are you magical?
I am very magical. Okay? I can make things appear in your heart and all over. Just poof like that.
Stop moving, you guys.
Addie? Addie, what's your question?
I was wondering if are your mitts hand sewed?
These ones, yes, they are.
That is very good. How long have you had your beard?
My beard has been with me for a long, long time. So sometimes we'll shave it off and then we'll grow a new one.
Darcy Jean?
How long have you been Métis for?
I've been a Métis all my life.
Sierra?
Yep.
How old are you?
How old am I? I am 80 years old.
You more, Scarlett? You have a question?
How many presents do you deliver in 1 year?
Oh, I don't know how many because we don't count them, but there are lots because we have children all over the world that get Christmas gifts.
Crene?
How long do it take to deliver presents along the road?
Well, we have to deliver them all on Christmas Eve and before people wake up in the morning. So as soon as they go to bed, we start delivering.
We'll take one more. Aaron?
How? Métis Santa, what is your beads in your mitten made out of?
These beads are these are glass beads.
Oh.
Okay, we'll take one more and then we'll let another school. Danielle?
You have a wife?
I do not have a wife, no.
Okay, Sam?
Oh, can your hat come off?
Oh, yeah, it can come off.
Perfect. Okay,
Show us then. Show us.
Yeah, can you take
Yeah,
off your hat?
yeah.
Show
Show us.
All the
Hey,
way.
all the way.
Let another school have a turn.
That's not.
All right, well, thank you, PPCS, for all your questions. So, Lauren, the grade 4 class from Lawrence School would also like a shout out.
Merry Christmas, our grade 4s. Merry Christmas. Well, where are the bells? We got the bells here someplace. I misplaced them. Oh, here we go.
There we go. So we're actually going to go back to, we're going to go to Greenwood Elementary.
Always so many questions at Greenwood Elementary.
Can I go first?
Okay, Scarlett, have a sit though so people behind you can see. There we go. All right, who haven't we heard from? Elena. If you come forward, then your voice will be big and loud.
How do you make so many toys?
How do I make so many toys for Christmas?
Yeah.
We have lots and lots of elves who help make all the Christmas presents.
Whoa.
Oh, it takes lots of elves.
Lots and lots of elves.
Yes. Ava.
How many elves do you have?
Oh, we have hundreds of elves.
Five.
Hundreds of elves.
Hundreds of elves, yes.
Good. Hunter. Oh, Scarlett, you have to come out of the way, hun. Yeah, there we go. Thank you.
How is it all fitting?
How is what, hun?
How is it all fitting people?
Oh.
World?
How do you get to all the different people in the world?
Well, I have reindeers, Rudolph, and they are very fast, and we can fly just zip, 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 zip from rooftop to rooftop, from house to house around the world.
Whoa, there's some Christmas magic there, hey?
Yes.
Yeah. Simon,
I forget.
you forget?
Yes.
That's okay. It's hard to remember sometimes. Cohen,
We got a reindeer song.
what kinds of things do you do after Christmas?
Well, right after Christmas, I have a nice rest, and then we start planning for next Christmas.
Oh, hi, Hunter. Come over here. Sit with me. Thank you. Great. Lila.
Does he fly? Does Métis Santa fly with Santa?
Do you ever fly with Santa, Métis Santa?
I do. You know, we go around to all the Métis houses.
Good question. Blake,
How many elves do I have, and what did they do today?
you've already asked how many elves.
No,
Oh, your elves. We've talked about your elves a lot.
I'm waiting for an answer.
I know, but they probably haven't reported back to Santa yet today. Let's go to Georgia.
Do you even make any of the toys?
I will help the elves make some toys. Yes, I do.
And let's hear from. Oh, Ash, do you have a question this time? Yes? What's your question? Okay.
Oh yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Do you know what I want for Christmas?
Oh, do you know what Ash wants for Christmas?
Actually, just a minute here. Yep, I see it. And it is already wrapped and ready to be delivered to you.
Exciting! And Macy,
What do your elves do after Christmas?
what do the elves do after Christmas?
Well, the elves right after Christmas, after we get all the gifts delivered, then we go back to the North Pole and we have a nice big supper, and then everybody has time to relax, and we take the deer out for a little walk, and we give them some feed, and then we relax. Then after we have a little holiday, we start getting ready for next Christmas.
Amazing. Who has a new question?
I do not.
A new question? Elena.
Can I see what this ladder looks like?
Oh, I think a sled is too big to fit in the screen. Elena was wondering if she could see what your sled looks like.
Oh no, I don't have it in the house. No, it's out in the yard, and my camera won't move around.
Okay, we'll take two more here. Callan.
Am I on the Naughty West?
Callan, just a minute here. Oh, Callan, I don't know, but no, you're on the good list again.
Thank goodness. And let's hear from Georgia one more time.
I thought you said you didn't live in the North Pole.
Pardon?
Oh, that's not a question. It's a comment.
No.
We'll leave that one. Okay, Marina, final one.
Does Dancer like to dance?
Does Dancer like to dance?
Dancer does like to dance. He does a reindeer dance.
All right. Thanks again, Métis Santa. We'll give someone else another chance.
Hey, bye.
Everyone say bye.
Bye.
Another good group of questions. So we're going to actually go to Open Road School.
Hello, Open Roads.
So you just want to make sure you're unmuted.
Hello.
Hi. How
Okay.
you doing, Santa?
Who's got a question for Santa? Okay, come on up and ask your question. Okay, go ahead. Ask him. He can see you.
Santa, I was here. How many presents do you have in your workshop?
We have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of presents in the workshop.
Okay, next. Okay, what's your talk to Santa? You can talk to him right there. What's your question?
How fast do you go?
Ooh, how fast do you go, Santa?
Just like that.
That's crazy. That's pretty fast,
I
right?
also have another question.
Okay, one more quick question.
How much reindeer do you have?
Oh, how many reindeer?
We have 7 reindeer.
7. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
When's your birthday?
When's your birthday, Métis Santa?
My birthday is on Christmas Day.
Oh, that's pretty special.
Lucky.
Who's next? Okay, what's your question?
Am I on the naughty list?
Oh,
Oh.
what's your name?
Yeah.
Xavier?
Is Xavier on the naughty list?
Xavier. Oh, you were on the naughty list, but now you're on the good list.
Oh, you must have done a good deed. Good job, Xavier. Next.
Do the reindeer like the carrots I leave them out?
Oh, do the reindeer like the carrots she leaves out?
Oh, they love the carrots.
So you should keep doing that, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are so happy to have carrots. Carrots are one of their favorites.
Good job. Okay, next.
Hello.
Hello.
Is your house made out of gingerbread,
Oh,
but it's wood on the inside, whatever the material is right now?
so gingerbread on the outside and wood on the inside?
Yeah.
Yep, that's what it looks like.
No, because
Good job. Are there more questions for Sandy? You got one? Do you want to ask him a question or you just want to say hi? You forget? Okay, who's got a question?
I do.
Okay, go ahead. He can see you. So he can see you.
Am I on the good list or the naughty list?
What is your name?
Tell him your name.
William.
William.
William. Okay, just a minute, William. William. You are on the good list today.
Good today. He said today.
Yeah.
Oh, you better keep. It's not that far away. You better keep being good.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Is your house made out of gingerbread man or is it made out of wood? I can see.
Ginger and wood.
Ginger
Ginger and wood. Okay, next person, William.
May.
Okay.
May.
Oh, no. Okay, we need to back up a bit.
There you
guys.
go, Ezra.
Okay, no, William, come on out so there's space, okay?
I don't have any.
Yep. Okay, there you go, Ezra. Come on, back up, William. You had your turn. Okay, Ezra. What's your question, or you don't want to just say hi? No? Okay, ask your question.
How old are your elves?
Oh.
My elves, they're all different kinds of ages because we have so many elves. So we have some young ones who are like 4 years old and 5 years old that help with some things. And then we have some that are 12, some that are 16.
Gotta have elves in training, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, everybody can see you. Okay. All right. Okay, stand out of the way so everybody gets a turn. Okay.
Are your elves one?
Are your elves? Do you have elves as young as 1? Oh, do you have elves as young as 1 year old?
We have some elves, some very young elves who want to be elves, but they're not elves until they're able to walk.
Okay. All right, thank you. Next, somebody who hasn't had a turn. Have you had a turn yet? Okay, here we go. Do you have a question for him? He can see you. Or do you want to just say hi? Do you forget? Did you have something you wanted to ask? Okay, ask it. Guys, back up, please. Back up. Yeah. Okay, everybody's waiting.
Do you have a Christmas tree?
Oh, do you have a Christmas tree?
We do have a Christmas tree, yes.
Okay.
And I like your hair.
Oh. Okay. We've got these last two here. Oh, and then maybe Mrs. Rice has a question. Yes, she does. Okay. How many?
How many reindeer do you have?
Oh, he answered that. It was
7.
7. Yes. Okay. One more, and then Mrs. Rice's question.
Santa, how long does it take you to make the toys?
How long does it take to make the toys, Santa?
Well, we start just after Christmas in January, and we work on we make the toys all year round up until Christmas.
Okay. And then
Ho, ho, ho!
okay, then we have are you gonna ask a question?
Ho, ho!
Okay, you guys, back up, please. Are you gonna ask a question? Okay, you guys, back up.
Ho, ho, ho!
No, please stop.
How fast do you go in your sleigh?
Oh, how fast do you go in your sleigh?
Well, our sleigh just goes like this. Just like lightning.
Like lightning. And then we had one last question. Who do the stockings behind you belong to?
Some of those are for my grandkids.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's all our questions. Thank you, Santa.
Okay.
I needed one more question. I didn't even have a question. Bye.
So we're actually going to bring the other schools on to say goodbye to Métis Santa.
Bye.
There you go. You're on there.
That was absolute mayhem. But that was probably one of my favorite DWF live sessions. So all the questions were great. But thank you, Métis Santa, for joining us today. And special thank you to everyone who participated today in this DWF Live. So this is our last DWF Live of the year, and we can't wait to see you in 2014 for some really exciting programming. So, miigwech, and happy holidays, everyone. Stay safe.
Bye. Merry Christmas.